Let's take a look at some posts from the various social media sites this morning. First, from the world of the WNBA, where Chicago Sky basketball player Chennedy Carter played really rough, really nasty, really violently with Caitlin Clark from the Indiana Fever, and then refused to answer questions about her actions after the game. This person nails it. Caitlin Clark is the only reason I have ever heard the name Chennedy Carter. And it's not that she's not a good basketball player. It's that Caitlin Clark and Reese and the rest of them are, this incoming class of WNBA players are putting the WNBA on the map. And people like Carter here don't like that fact. They don't like the fact that somebody else might be getting the attention. They don't like the fact that somebody else might be getting the spotlight. They don't like the fact that somebody else might be credited with putting the WNBA on the map. So they're getting jealous and they're getting chippy on the court. And they're going to fuck up something that they're trying to grow, something that they're trying to build. How about you just play the game? Everybody plays to the best of their ability, and if you get outplayed, you get outplayed. So this Twitter account is talking to Rachel Vindman, wife of Alexander Vindman. I don't know if you remember that name or not, but anyway, they're saying, "You're projecting, Rachel. It's you people that refuse to acknowledge the 82 million people who voted for Trump and don't want this country turned into a fascist hellhole, except 82 million people did not vote for Trump. So what does Rachel Vindman do? She goes ahead and puts up the map with the numbers showing that Trump got a little over 74 million votes, not 82 million. But leave it to these fucking clowns to rewrite history. Lil Marco Rubio says, the world is laughing at America because Democrats weaponize the legal system against their political opponents, and also said, who will Democrats go after next? If they can do it to a former president, they can do it to anyone. So let's take a look at who the Democrats' weaponized legal system will be going after next. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Hunter Biden. His gun trial starts today. Damn. Democrats weaponizing the legal system to go after their political opponents. Oh, never mind. Butter emails. Trump bus that crashed into a pole today heading to the rally for Trump on Staten Island. No, this is not a joke. Here's the look at the bus after it crashed into the pole. The FBI, some of the FBI agents marched in a pride parade, and Benny Johnson doesn't like that. This one I found funny, right? MAGA talks about the verdict today. You feel so bad for him and everything he's been through, and my heart cries for him and his family. Thank God for Trump. He's the hands and feet of Jesus. Now, keep in mind, they're talking about him as if he were a deity and as if he was appointed by God, while she's standing there next to a guy who has a golden face of Trump around his neck. False idols, anyone? Nobody even knew what the crime was until the judge gave his unconstitutional instructions. A total hoax. A case like this has never been brought before. A country in peril. Election interference. Except you knew what the crime was, because when you were arraigned last year, you were asked by the judge, do you understand the charges? And you went, yes. This is Trump fucking up his chances at a good appeal. The sentencing for not having done anything wrong will be conveniently for the fascists 4 days before the Republican National Convention. A radical left Soros-backed DA who ran on a platform of I will get Trump, reporting to an acting local judge appointed by the Democrats who is highly conflicted, will make a decision which will determine the future of our nation. The United States Supreme Court must decide. This is Donnie, as I said, fucking up his chances for a decent appeal and crying to his Supreme Court, save me. Mark Levin discussed the rig trial, a must-watch. Further destruction of his own appeal. What? Stephen Miller wants to know what we as a nation are going to do about Trump's conviction. Are we just going to sit down and take it? Or are we going to reclaim this country for freedom, democracy, and the rule of law? Let me clue you in, Stephen. You're not going to do jack fucking shit. This is Trump's motorcade returning to Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump is one of the most loved human beings in the world. The level of insanity that has to exist in one's mind to think this, let alone actually post it. Trump says he will immediately end the Department of Education if he wins. Except that's not how that shit works. The president can't just end the Department of Education. And if he wanted to end the Department of Education, why didn't he do so when he was already president for 4 years? Calling Trump a felon is like calling Jill Biden a doctor. We don't take it seriously because it's not real, except Jill Biden does have a doctorate and Trump is a felon. I can assure you, Brandon, both are quite real. Donald Trump was convicted of a crime before Hunter Biden. Tell me again, no one is above the law. Hey, Gunther, that's because his trial came first, you dumb fuck. Hunter's trial begins today. Do us a favor and try to keep up. I will no longer be referring to June as Pride Month. If our veterans don't have an entire month to honor their service and sacrifices, then nobody should get one. It's just June. And then Brian Tyler Cohen informs him that May is National Military Appreciation Month. And the fact that MAGA doesn't know that shows how little of a shit they actually give about veterans. Oddly enough, this was posted in May. Aaron Rodgers just refused to shake Trump's hand when he went to the UFC fight last week. I just lost all respect I had for him. Okay. Any outlet referring to President Trump as a convicted felon should be condemned, and you should consider getting your news elsewhere. If they don't see what's going on, then they don't deserve your attention. Man, bingo bongo's all worked up since the convictions. Totally not a cult. Leo Terrell says white liberals avoid getting their hands dirty, therefore they used blacks as fronts. I don't even have words to describe this level of dumbfuckery and idiocy. Alex Jones breaks down in tears as he claims federal authorities are getting ready to shut down his studio. As authorities threaten to lock the doors, Jones reportedly spent the night at the studio last night and threatened to call local police. I've been targeted for abuse. I was duped by someone. Federal files and secret have claimed that I'm committing crimes, Jones said. This was untrue, of course. This may be my final performance. Well, let's fucking hope so. Pay your fucking bills. Your studio won't get seized. Miriam Adelson, who owns a majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks, is planning on contributing over $100 million to a super PAC for Trump. See, they like money in politics when it goes to their guy. And fuck the Dallas Mavericks. Convicted felon Dinesh D'Souza says, the crowd seems to love this convicted felon. The lesson from Mandela to Martin Luther King Jr. to Trump is that framing your political opponents for bogus crimes does not go down well with the people who see what's going on. This fucking guy actually compared Trump to MLK and Nelson Mandela. Are you fucking kidding me? Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski, I wish that as Republicans we had a nominee that I could get behind. I certainly can't get behind Donald Trump. I just regret that our party is becoming a party of Trump. No, it's not becoming. It is the party of Trump, boo. You guys built this. No one is coming to save us. No one except President Trump. Got news for you, Juanita. He ain't saving you either. Until I see an indictment of a high-ranking Democrat criminal, i.e. Hillary Clinton, I will not donate a penny to the GOP. Sounds good to me, Gunther. Sounds good to me. Trump retruthed this image. 2024 is the new 1776. This is stirring the violence pot, and he knows it. George and Kellyanne Conway's daughter, Claudia, has an account on the Playboy app where she does spicy content for $5 a month. Laura Loomer has been posting about it relentlessly. Here's one. A Netflix subscription is more expensive than George Conway's daughter's pussy. Keep President Trump's name out your fat fucking mouth, George. Wow. Hey, Laura. Convicted felon Donald Trump